In a small but beautiful village, there lived a girl named Orlean. Orlean was beautiful and intelligent, but she still had a touch of childish innocence. For her age, she was not as mature as people expected. Every year, a grand festival was held in the village, where people set up stalls to sell different things. Orlean always waited for that festival with great excitement.
I shine like the stars, no need to pretend. My beauty's my power, it comes from within. I rise like the sunrise, bold and bright. I'm beautiful, fearless, shining my light.
And she would dress up nicely and go there with her friend. This time too, she happily arrived at the festival and looked at every stall with great interest. Suddenly, her eyes stopped at a strange stall filled with old closed boxes. Out of all those boxes, one especially caught her attention. She said to the shopkeeper,
Uncle, do you see this box with the bee on it? I want this one.
I am the shopkeeper and I cannot sell you that box.
Orlean insisted and started crying, saying that she wanted only that box. I want only that box, only that one. Finally, the man gave in and handed her the box, but with one condition. He said, "Never open this box, just keep it with you." Without thinking much, Orlean agreed and took the box home. When she reached home, she placed the box near her mirror. Then she washed her face and hands, and when she returned to the bedroom, she looked at the box again. She felt a strong desire to open it. She remembered that the man had forbidden her, but her curiosity became stronger. She thought, what is the worst that could happen? Then she slowly opened the box. As soon as she opened it, a small bee flew out and stung Orlean. She felt a little pain, but after some time, everything seemed normal again. She looked inside the box once more, but there was nothing else in it. Feeling tired, Orlean left the box there and went to sleep, not knowing that this night would change her life forever. When Orlean woke up the next morning, she felt that her room looked strangely huge. Then she realized that she herself had become very tiny. Frightened, she tried to climb down from the bed, but she lost her balance and fell. Orlean's heart started beating fast. She could not understand what had happened to her. Suddenly, she remembered the previous night, when a bee had stung her before she went to sleep. She looked up at the mysterious box, which was still placed there. With great difficulty, she climbed up to it and opened it, but there was nothing inside. Orlean sat there and began to cry, completely alone and helpless. After a while, her mother entered the room, but she could not see Orlean anywhere.
Where are you, my love? Orlean, please answer me.
Mom, I'm here!
But her voice did not reach anyone. She had become so tiny that no one could notice her. Her mother thought that maybe Orlean had gone to her grandmother's house, because she often went there without telling anyone. As the days passed, Orlean felt sadder and more tired. Now she had no one to talk to. She was completely alone. One day, she saw the fairy wings of her doll. She put on the wings, gathered her courage, and jumped from the window. To her surprise, she felt that she was truly flying. Orlean's eyes sparkled with happiness. For the first time, her tiny world seemed beautiful to her. Now she could easily fly anywhere, and she felt that maybe not everything was lost. With her fairy wings, Orlean flew gently through the air and landed on a large tree. Sweet and juicy mangoes were growing on that tree. Orlean happily began eating the mangoes, and for a moment she forgot all her worries. Suddenly, she looked down into the forest, where a prince was hunting. Frightened, she quickly hid behind a leaf. But while hiding, she saw something strange that made her heart beat fast. the prince also had a box exactly like the one Orlean had taken from the festival. After some time, the prince left, and Orlean slowly came down. She flew to the box and started looking inside. This time, the box was not empty. Instead, it was filled with tiny things. Inside, there were threads, pins, and other strange objects that she could not understand. Suddenly, the prince returned. Orlean tried to fly away quickly, but her wings got tangled in a thread and she could not free herself. The prince closed the box and left without noticing anything. Now Orlean was trapped inside the closed box. The darkness and silence frightened her. After some time, the prince came home and took out the box. He opened it, but suddenly someone called him and he left immediately. Taking the chance, Orlean quickly climbed out of the box and hid. Soon after, the prince returned and picked up the box. Without knowing anything, he placed the box inside the cupboard. When Orlean saw the royal palace for the first time, she was amazed by its beauty. The shining decorations, the large rooms, and the servants working all around surprised her. Even though she was so tiny, this new world seemed very interesting to her. One day, the prince was working at his desk, and little by little, he fell asleep. Orlean was very thirsty, and she saw that the prince was asleep. She slowly climbed onto the table and tried to drink water from the glass, but she lost her balance and the water spilled. When the water spilled, the prince woke up. Orlean tried to run away, but she slipped and fell. The prince saw her and was shocked as if he were seeing a strange dream. When he saw such a tiny girl, he began to look at her carefully. Orlean was so frightened that she could not move. The prince said softly,
You are a little princess. I like little princesses.
Orlean stayed silent, and the fear was clear in her eyes. Slowly, Orlean began to trust him a little. In a soft voice, she said that she was very hungry and tired. Her wings were also wet, and she could not fly properly. Without hesitation, the prince carefully picked her up and took her to the kitchen. Orlean ate until she was full, and for the first time, she felt safe. The prince placed Orlean in his pocket and took her around the whole city. There he gave her delicious things to eat and showed her new sights. Now Orlean was very happy, and she liked being with the prince. She slept peacefully near the prince and felt safe. The prince did not like working, but Orlean kept him busy. Little by little, the prince started taking interest in his work. Slowly, love began to grow between them.
How did you become so tiny?
Orlean told him the whole truth, including the story of the mysterious box. The prince said,
Maybe all of this happened because of that bee sting. We must find that bee so we can fix you. Don't worry, I will help you. I promise to keep you safe.
Thank you, Prince.
The next day, there was a grand ball in the palace. The prince took Orlean to the party as well. There were many princesses around the prince, all in love with him. Seeing this, Orlean began to feel jealous. Upset, she started pulling the prince's hair. The prince became annoyed and left the party. The next day, Orlean was sitting near the window looking outside. Then she saw the same red bee land on a flower in the vase. She quickly called the prince and showed him the bee. The prince tried to kill the bee quickly, but the bee attacked him and started stinging him. Orlean stepped in front of him and bravely faced the bee. The bee stung Orlean and she fell unconscious. The prince desperately tried to wake her up, but when she did not respond, he thought she had died. The prince burst into tears and his heart broke. He carefully placed her inside a box. Then he looked at the flower where the bee had landed. He took out another box with the same bee drawn on it. On the box, it was written that if the bee was trapped inside it, the spell would end. To save Orlean, the prince planted those flowers in the garden. He waited day and night for the bee to return. Finally, one day the bee appeared. All the servants tried to catch it, but in the end, the prince managed to trap it and lock it inside the box. As soon as the bee was trapped, the spell was broken. The prince ran to Orlean. He saw that Orlean had returned to her normal size. The prince's happiness had no limits, and he hugged her tightly. A few days later, the prince took Orlean back to her village. Before leaving, he told her that he would return to marry her. 1 year later, the prince came back and they got married. Both of them lived happily ever after, and their story had a beautiful ending.
Hello everyone! If you like the video, subscribe for more magical stories, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.